Hello everyone and welcome to the session on Rules for Virtual Functions Part 3. This video is in continuation with my previous videos on Rules for Virtual Functions. At the end of this session, student will be able to write C++ programs using the concept of virtual function. Now the next rule is a virtual function can be a friend of another class. Let's see a program which demonstrates this concept. Here the example has two classes A and B. This statement class B is called as forward declaration of class. Class B is defined after defining class A, but the display function has reference to this class B. So if we have any such references, then the class has to be declared before using that class. So this is called as forward declaration of the class. Here n is a data member of A. Its initial value is 5. Class A has a display function which is virtual. It accepts argument of B type. Class B has a data member n which has initial value 10. It has a friend function. This display function is a member of class A and it is friend of class B. So to use this display function, the class name is used. So A is used as this is the member of class A, and scope resolution operator is used, which denotes that display is a member of class A. It is in the scope of class A. Here display function of class A is defined, which accepts object of class B, and it prints n of this particular object. So as this is a friend function, even though this is not a member of class B, it can access private data members of class B. So this display function can access private data members of class B, that is, it has data member n which is private, so that can be accessed through this display function. Here A is object of class A, B is object of class B. Display function is called on A because it is member of class A, and object of type B is passed to the function. It prints the value of n for object of B type. So let's see the execution. It prints 10. Class B's n has value 10. Class A's n has value 5. So it has printed the value of n from class B. Let's see one more program where a virtual function is friend of another class. Here we have class filled, which has a virtual function called negate. It accepts argument of space type. Space is the class. So there is a forward declaration, class space. Class space has data members x, y and z, all of type integer. Then there are member functions set data and display, and a friend function which is a member of filled class. It is a friend. So the member can access private data members. The friend function can also access private data members of a particular class. So negate is the friend of class space. It accepts argument of space type. Here set data function of space class is defined, which accepts the values and assigns them to x, y and z. Display is also a member of space class, which displays values of x, y and z. Then we have defined negate function, which is a member of field class. Negate function accepts the reference to space type. The member function negate accesses the data members of class space. F is the object of field class. S is the object of space class. Set data is a member of space. It assigns 5, 2 and 9 to xyz respectively through this function. This statement will display S colon. Display function is called on S, which displays the values of x, y and z. Then a negate function is called on F and S is passed as the argument. So negate function accepts reference to space type. It accesses the values of x, y and z and negates them and assigns them to x, y, z respectively. And after that, once again the display function is called. It displays the negated values of x, y and z. Let's execute the program. The initially assigned values of x, y and z were 5, 2 and 9 respectively, and these are the negated values -5, -2, -9. So from this example we can understand that a virtual function can be a friend of another class. The next rule is, when a base pointer points to a derived class, incrementing or decrementing it will not make it to point to the next object of the derived class. It will be incremented or decremented only relative to its base class. Therefore, we should not use this method to move the pointer to the next object. This example just shows how the pointer can be incremented or decremented. Here we have class my class. X is the data member of this class. Set X and display are the member functions of this class. Set X assigns value to X. Display function displays X. Here we have array of objects. P is a pointer of my class. Set X function is called on the object with index 0, OB0. So 10 is set to X. Then set X function is once again called. Now it is called on object with index 1. And now 20 is passed. So object with index 1 has X value 20. Now P points to 0th indexed object. Display function is called. It will display 10 because it displays the value of X, and the 0th indexed object has value 10 for X. Now 10 will be displayed through this call to display function. Now the pointer is incremented and it will point to the object with index 1. Now display function is called. X of object with index 1 is 20, so it will display 20. Now the pointer is decremented and it will point to the object with index 0. So this display function will again display 10. Let's see the output of this code. 10, 20, 10. The next rule is, if a virtual function is defined in the base class, it need not be necessarily redefined in the derived class. In such cases, calls will invoke the base function. Let's see the program. Here display function is defined in the base class, but Here in this example, base class has display function which is virtual. This display function is not redefined in the derived class. Here the object of derived class is created. Base1 is the pointer of base type which points to the object of derived type, and display function is called through pointer of base type. Now base pointer points to derived object, but derived class doesn't have display function. So what will be the output of this code? The function from base class is executed. If we have virtual function defined in the base class and if it is not there in the derived class, so when the function is called through base pointer, it will be called from base class. Now pause the video and find the answer. If a dash is defined in the base class, it need not be necessarily redefined in the derived class. Option A, member function, B, virtual function, C, static function, D, real function. The answer is option B, virtual function. As we have seen rules for virtual functions, you can apply the concept of virtual functions for developing your applications. Thank you.